the cyclonic tempest we encountered last weekend, due to which we have to postpone our session, and now we are live again. We are amongst you guys, and I hope you will enjoy our upcoming session. This is on linked data and library, the connection of it, linking all sorts of data, including cultural heritage data. I will now introduce you to our today's speaker. This is Mr. Bikash Bhushan. Mr. Bikash Bhushan has done his computer science BTech, and also he is a Master of Science in Library and Information Science rather. He is Master of Science in Information Science from GRTC, Bangalore. And now he is working as an Assistant Library Officer in Hindustan Aeronautics Limited in Bangalore itself. So I guess, Bikash, it's now over to you. But before that, I would also just reiterate our penchant, that is, please, for the participants only, please switch off your video mode and turn off your video mode, and I am centrally muted all of you. So sound, in case of sound, that is not a problem. So because it's over to you now, you can turn on your video mode, please, and please enlighten us with whatever you have to say. Thank you so much. It's Bikash for you. Bikash Bhushan, Assistant Library Officer, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Thank you so much. Bikash?
Thank you, Rajarsi, for providing such a nice opportunity during the lockdown.
Yep.
Hello, everyone. So today, just a small brief about link open data and how we can use this one in our library. So just to start with, I will start like introduction about this one, because maybe maximum of the people will not be knowing about this, or some are knowing. So as we all are not on the same platform, so okay, just little beginning, then two use cases we can discuss. So we all know cataloging data and all in library, whatever you used. So formally, like this one, we were using the screens are visible to everyone, Rajsi?
Yes, you and your screen is visible to us. Thank you.
Okay, done. Thank you. So the top one, formally, this one was the normal scenario of our cataloging data, or whatever catalogs we can say. So in this type of things, we used to record cataloging data of a particular record, or whatever books, or whatever format of data available in the libraries and all. So now slowly time is changing. We are moving towards the digital world, computerized. People are more keen to go on Google and search their relevant information instead of bothering to come to the library for books and all something. So what we have to do, we also need to just revamp ourselves, and we need to move to the Google itself, so that our users can well found our data, what we are holding, what libraries have to offer to them, they can get on the Google itself. So what they have done, so in between Google came, so like this one, OCLC WorldCat, they moved this library cataloging data, along with the cataloging data they were having, they introduced this link data tab. So with this one, your cataloging data can be searched and found from the Google itself. And for this metadata schema, something schema.org type of things they used. So finally, users are getting benefited with their Google, whatever friendly Google they can search, and they can end up into our library. And in OCLC WorldCat and all, they have implemented for full US like that particular book, in which library you will get and what and all, everything details are there. So like this, we can, from our traditional thing to the link data utilization, we can move our library records onto the web also, so that people from the web itself, they can find our data and they can know about it. So what is the journey, how it came? Suddenly out of nowhere, link data will not come. So there is a journey behind it, how slowly this one evolved. So first, as all of you may be knowing, like Visual Web in 90s around, Tim Berners-Lee. So that time what it was, just a Visual Web, just a page type, something with ASCII codes and some images maybe. Then from that evolution came slowly, it becomes syntactic web of documents. Means one page, like website we can say. So multiple pages with human clickable hyperlinks. Then like tabs are there, we can click and we can go to some other page. Like something what we all know, like this is there. So this is a human clickable hyperlinks about antennas, collections like that. If you click this one, something tab will open. So like this. So syntactic web. From syntactic web, then thing was that syntactic web, this was not machine readable. Only humans can understand whatever it is there on the your screen or whatever it is on the page. So if you want to automate it, you want to make it that because as we humans are also becoming slowly lazy, so we want a system and computers to do our maximum work, and we should sit back and enjoy. So for that, you need to make your data or what your information, make it machine understandable and processable, so that system can understand and process that data and give back the result to you. Suppose you want to book an appointment, you have some eye problem or something, you want to go to meet a doctor. So you will tell your bot or computer, oh, book me one appointment in this area. So your system will go to the Google, he will search for you where